So I know I told you on the phone a little bit about our project, and oh, you're on mute.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Dion watched the interview too, so it was lit. I liked it.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was hard.
Yeah. So is this the only crypto project that you've got some stuff going on with?
Yeah. Well, like 2021, 2022, I had me and Gary V was working on something. That was the only thing.
Mhm.
But a lot of people been hitting me up about it, but I really don't, you know what I'm saying? I've been so busy that I really haven't even tapped in it, but I heard about it, and even my manager and a couple of like social media influencers, they did got involved with it and they told me they had like success in it. So I was like, man, I need to get into it. But every time I'm about to get into it, it'd be late. You know what I mean? It's like you got to get in there right when, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, the cycles of crypto are kind of like 4-year cycles.
right,
And we are, from all appearances, kind of at the start of that next big surge.
right,
Bitcoin hit an all-time high just in the last couple of days. Well, right after the election, it just blew past all previous numbers. And so that's usually a good sign when Bitcoin is the original, it's like the biggest one. And
right,
all the other tokens kind of get drawn in by Bitcoin, and basically money is just it's a sign that money is just starting to pour into that world. So it kind of goes in and out based on fear. And
yeah,
our community is super happy to have you looking into us and doing this interview and everything like that. So my thought about the time that we have is I think it's great if I can interview you, you can tell a little bit about your story. I know a lot of our community already knew I was going to be talking with you and some of them already were following you, and others started following you when they heard about it.
right, right,
And, and then, you can ask me about the project. And then if it's okay with you, I'd like you to use your superpowers sales skills and do like a little pitch or something for the token. And once you kind of get your head around like what it is, and that
right,
way,
right,
like a little snippet. And in crypto world, that's called a shill. So to shill the token is to, people go out on social media and different things, and they kind of pitch their favorite token. But
right,
there's like tens of thousands of different tokens out there, and the vast majority of them are not going to make it, or they're just not legit. Like there's people that are have set it up so they're going to pull all the liquidity out and take all the money. And that's really a shame because this technology is like game changer. This technology is huge. It's going to change so much. So that's part of the thing about this timing is that I just think that everyone should be involved. So now, when I was talking with you the other day, and you said you have 10 kids, is that like a literal? You actually have 10 kids?
No, that's a fact. Yeah, I got 10 kids from 19 years old to 2 year olds. No, so I got 19, 18, 16, 16, 14, 12, 10, 9, 8, and 2.
Wow. I thought
Yeah.
that was one of your jokes. So that's for real. Hey,
No,
man.
that's it.
All right. So
Yeah.
what we want to do is get a wallet set up. One of these, a wallet like the one that we use typically here is called the Phantom Wallet. And
Uh-huh.
people set up the Phantom Wallet on your phone. You can set it up. And if you set one up for each one of your kids and you don't give them the actual key to it, you keep the key in your safe, or you keep your key in a very safe place, but then the kids can maybe at least know like what's in their wallet. And that way, if we put some tokens, we can put some of our tokens in each of your kids' wallets. And then they can see as it develops how the value goes up. That's
Right.
kind of a neat thing about it too, is
So
that
so is it like kind of like stock? Would you
exactly.
consider it like that's what it is?
It's like a stock, except for it's a little bit different. Like if you look at a stock, it is a piece of ownership in a company, which a company is a tangible thing, right?
Right, right.
Some of these projects are utilities where there's an actual use case. And so it is sort of like owning a piece of a business. Some of them are what they call meme tokens. And the meme tokens is basically just like buying collector stamps or a Pokemon card or something. It doesn't really have like a business value. It's just more of a sentimental value. But as
Mhm.
the community grows, the value
Yeah.
goes up. But like all of the trading tools and the charts and everything are basically identical to what you see on the stock market. It's just that crypto, like if the stock market goes like this, right,
Mhm.
up and down, crypto goes like this.
Right, right.
It's
No, that's
just
hard.
way more volatile, which, for good or for bad, it can
No,
go,
that's
you can make, 100 times quicker than basically any stock, but you can go to zero. And
yeah.
97% of all crypto projects, and I think it's fair for anybody to know this, 97% of all crypto projects are basically going to go to zero. That means
Right,
that the big ones, the ones that are going to last for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And then there's all these because anybody can create one. Like anybody can go online and just create a token. So it doesn't mean it has value. It has, you have to do your research and kind of look into the people behind it. So
right.
yeah, no, that's the cool thing. But I think it would be really cool if each one of your 10 kids had a wallet and we can help you set them up. You just have to we'll teach you how to do it. That way, when you create the keys, nobody else has ever seen the keys.
That's hard. Yeah, no, let's do it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm down. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to get into anyway. Even when I got off the phone, like when we talked, Dion was like, I think this probably be something. He was like, because he said he be sensing it, like, and he had, I don't know if he told you, but he had success with Bitcoin and crypto before. So you feel me? He had success back in like 2020. And he was like that's when it first, I think he said 2019 or 20, like during COVID, that's when it was big, big, and then everybody started catching on. But he said he made like almost like $2 million. He said off for like probably like $10,000.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy. And then he said that it just dropped, but he won. Like that's one thing, you can win, then you can lose too. You feel me?
You've
It's
got to know
about like,
when to take your profits.
yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, yeah, that's what he said. See, I don't really know, but he was putting me up on game. Like right after I got off the phone with you, he was like, "No, this is he," because he been trying to tell me to get into it. And I was like, and then as soon as I got you on the phone, he's like, "See what I'm saying?" It was like a double team. Then I was like,
Hey, well, I'm
"Yo,
glad he's in, because like I say, he can call me, do his research because, in reality, you just got to be, you don't, you as an influencer don't want to put your name behind just any project because, there are so many of these projects and then it's like the people behind it just take all the money and disappear.
right, right,
One of the differences with this project is that I'm what they call doxed, which means I actually that's actually my real name. I am Tom Taranto. People know me. I'm a real estate agent. I wasn't like planning on doing this. This was not like I didn't wake up saying I want to be involved in crypto. I was basically an investor in the original project, and I was an investor in this new project. And I just felt compelled to kind of jump in and kind of take some leadership because a lot of the original people that were in, they just all disappeared. And it was like, I just felt I had some money into it as well, but I also felt bad for all the people because it just happens so often that people come in and most of the other people are not doxed. So that means that you just see this like a little image and they have a name that's not their real name. You know what I
right.
mean? Just a name that is like made up. And so that's basically all you get. And they probably are hiding their IP address, so you couldn't even figure out like where they live or anything unless they tell you. And so this is a lot of this privacy, but privacy also leads to that, well, if they kind of emptied the kitty and disappeared, you have no idea who it was. So
Right.
so that's the way. And I like to say I know because I'm on the core team, I know that this project is legit. This project is gonna, this project is, there's a lot of this stuff that happens with other projects is not gonna happen with us. You can never guarantee success, but you can guarantee your intentions. You can guarantee our like what we're looking to do. And so I wanted to share with you a little bit like the project, but also then I want to interview you about, you can share with the community, our community, maybe they haven't heard your story and anything that you want to share about it. So,
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
okay. So, some of the things about this project is that the original thing is that we were based on a, there was a big token back when you were talking about in 2021. and it went from basically zero to $7.4 billion in market cap. So it was just like it was insane in a short period of time.
So
And
you say 7 billion, that's like profit?
7 billion in market cap. So that's
Mhm.
basically that the number of tokens, the value of each token, you multiply that by the number of tokens, and it's like what they're trading at, and that was over 7.4 billion in value of the whole project
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
trading. And so basically, it was just mind-boggling. I was actually fortunate enough to be involved in the project, but I
Hmm.
essentially I sold a little bit. I didn't sell a lot. So I rode that all the way up back in 2021, and then it went all the way back down. And so I was involved in, success and failure at the same time.
Right.
But a lot of people, they realized later on that the guys that were behind it, they were selling a lot of the tokens, they were doing things that were inappropriate. Just recently, like as in the last 3 weeks, the original guys behind that got arrested, and they found out
Right.
that they were doing
Like fraud.
they're calling it market manipulation. They were doing
Okay.
things that were not right. And the idea with this new project was that it was to get the community back because the community members, whether
Hmm.
they sold and made some profits or whether they never made anything, lost all their money, they didn't do anything wrong. They were just
Right.
excited. They didn't know what was going on. And
Right.
some of them figured it out over a period of time. They figured out that something was going on that wasn't right. And so over time, you had people kind of dropping off saying, I think the devs are selling a ton of tokens, and I think there were people that were given tokens that had never paid for them. So there was a lot of things coming up, but there was all of the people that believed so strongly in the project. And it wasn't until 3 years later when there were these like actual, allegations from the authorities that most everybody looks up and says, "Oh, it was, there was this stuff going on." And so the idea was that the community would get back together and just build something. It may not go to $7.4 billion, but for us, if we could bring it from, 1 million, 2 million up to 100 million, it's a
Yeah.
really good profit. I mean, that's 100x. So what
Yeah.
you put into it times multiply that times 100, that's a really nice profit margin for anybody. Now, could it go way beyond 100 million? It actually could, depending on what happens in the market. So just trying to be realistic, and we look at our value, our tokens. We have 100 million tokens. So if we hit $100 million market cap, that means each token is worth $1. So, you do the math on what it's worth today, and it's like, wow, this could be a really nice investment. Again, it
Right. Right.
depends on who buys, who sells, and a lot of other factors. So what we ended up doing was we got this project started. We actually registered an LLC. We've got a tax ID number, and that's for creating intellectual property so that we could trademark things. We're going to have video series. We're going to have cartoons. So we have already released 2 episodes of a cartoon, and it's kind of like a South Park cartoon for just making fun of different things, but it's trying to be funny about crypto. And then we have real, like high quality documentary, and it's starting with a documentary about this whole thing that happened with all, people that got in, and then what happened later on, and trying to take it from the perspective of the real investors. And then we decided we were originally going to have it, we were helping only wolves. So it was like the wolf pack helping wolves. And we made a connection with the organization that helps real life wolves. And we expanded it to helping people. So we decided we're going to give away $1 million actual cash in increments of $250. So basically, and this is just as we get money, because when we relaunched this token, we added a tax. So it's a 2% tax. And so every buy and sell, 2% goes over to our account. And now we have that for marketing, and we also have it to help people. So we're just, when we can, we come up with enough money to give away $250. So like if you know people in need, we can just send you tokens and you could just give cash to the people that have needs. We just are trying to document it for the sake of, spreading the word about the good that it does. Because we realize that, $250 might not be a lot of money to you and me, but for some people, it's like a big deal. It might be their car payment when they're behind on their car payment. It might be food. It might be the rest of their rent. It might be
Right.
medicine for an older person. So we've just found that it's such a big deal, and we have the ability to do that. And for our project, $1 million over this period of this bull run, it's actually not going to be that much money for us, but it's going to do a lot of good because that's 4,000 people receiving a $250 donation. And some of them are in the Philippines, some of them are in Africa, some of them are in South America, some of them are here, right here in the United States. So we've got so many things that we're doing, and I just feel like it's all about the community. We got this community together and, having fun together. And we're just like, there's more things that we're doing, but this is just the basics of it. What we're doing. I mean, it's just a simple token. So the token itself is just kind of a symbol of what people bought into, but at the same time, it's very simple. So, like, say, all 10 of your kids have whatever amount, and they could see that, like, if they all have $100 each, and it just does what we're looking to do, they could actually start to understand investing and understand that, daddy goes and talks about the token, and my wallet went from $100 to $120 because it's basically marketing, and people hear about it and they can come in. We're also working with a company that has a thing that makes it really easy for people to buy. And it's going to come out in the near future where you can just swipe a credit card and buy the token right straight onto your wallet. It's going to make it a lot easier than it has been in the past.
That's dope. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's legendary. I like it.
Yeah.
That's lit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like, this is something that, like, there's never any guarantees. There's never guarantees with anything. But I feel like when it comes to crypto, this is just a solid project.
Yeah.
And we're
No,
like,
it's a lot of crypto companies that even my friend, I got like an NBA player. I'm gonna run it by him because he was I remember back in the day, like probably like 2022, probably like 2 years ago, he was trying to put me up on, I forgot what it was, like Ocean something. It was like where they had do the wallets, but he was naming some of the stuff. I forgot what he like you because he was like you should he was telling me like I should put my content like on Bitcoin or crypto, like my social media. He was
oh,
like,
NFTs and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, like that. Yeah. And then he was telling me about Ocean something, but he was trying to get me involved
Oh,
with it.
OpenSea.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
what it
that's what it
was.
was.
You're
Yeah.
to make
Open. Yeah.
NFTs.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can
That's what
still
he
do
was saying.
that, man. I can I
Yeah.
can I can work with you
No,
on that.
he was, yeah, but I know when I connect because he like one of my good friends. We play high school ball together, and he went to the NBA, and he big on the NFT crypto, but he make a lot of money. He like overseas right now because he like in Japan or somewhere, but he said it's like big like overseas. But my point of saying that is that like I never had nobody talk about the community like how you talk about it. Basically, people was talking about, oh, you can make money like this, you can do this, you can do that. They never talked about the community. They never talked about helping people out, doing this. And that's what, like, a lot of my videos, like when I was on the Zoom call the other day when you was on there, and I
Yeah.
was telling Ben, I was like, man, most of my videos that I do is because number one, I know I got a fan base, but number two, like I know this world is big on mental health. So I do a lot of funny videos just so I can make people laugh and make their day, but also because I know people going through stuff every day. You feel me? So for you to just sit up there and tell me that we giving back and we doing this person might need this person, and that's what I'm all like. That's what I'm that's right up my alley, because that's what most of my content I make, that just to make someone day, make someone smile, pick this person up that so no, that's amazing. So
Yeah.
that's a blessing for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that was my first thought was, we get you all set up so, like, and you can see what people typically do is, we wake up in the morning and we check our wallets just to see, hey, what's going on. The cool thing is that I think a lot of this low season, the last 3 years, is behind us, and the start of the next boom cycle, I think is right ahead of us. So the timing is really good,
Yeah.
to open up a wallet. And like I say, I've already promised you some tokens. So we'll get it, you get that set up. I can tell you how to do it. We put your tokens on there and then just basically, that's the idea is that you see how it grows. And then, it's also just having the mentality of understanding, basically what you hope that community members do is that they take some profit when if the the 1.7 million dollar market cap, which is where we are now, 1.7 million. When we hit 10 million, we understand that some community members are going to cash in some monies, but they could even take out 10% and they're not going to hurt the chart that much, but they got back their original investment.
Yeah.
Rest of it
So
is
so the tokens that you said you were giving me, what do I supposed to do with the tokens?
so you just can just hold on to them, but then if you ever, you wanted to.
Would I be able to market them? Because ain't the goal is what is the goal for the tokens? Is this to like market it or sell it or what is I'm supposed to do with the tokens? Like,
Yeah. So if you have tokens in your wallet,
mm,
one thing that you completely up to you is that like typically when somebody has a tokens that you've earned, right? You've got them in your wallet, and if you tell people about it, that helps to drive the value up. But then whenever you're ready and you feel like it's time to take some profits, you do a swap and you sell some of those tokens. Essentially, in this token, you sell it for Solana. That's the blockchain. You sell it for Solana, and you can literally send that to like a Coinbase, send it to
mm,
Coinbase, and send it right to your bank as dollars. You turn it into dollars. So you literally can cash it into money. It's just a couple of steps. And no, like I use Coinbase, that's the big exchange, and I have
yeah,
Coinbase connected to my bank.
okay,
So for me, like when I'm doing deals and I want to send something like to start with, for me, I have to send money from my bank to the blockchain. So I send it to Coinbase and I convert it to whatever token I'm buying, and then I send it out to these wallets that are on the blockchain. And then when you go the other direction, you sell it for whatever, some big token like Solana or a US dollar token. You send it back to Coinbase, you turn it into actual US dollars, and then you send it back to your bank. So
oh,
it's you can do it. I mean, you literally can turn tokens that have a dollar value into real money in your bank. You just got to just learn those steps in each direction, you know?
right, right, yeah. We gotta. You gonna have to be like my Bitcoin mentor because I like
I think it'll be
I
fun,
got
man.
yeah I gotta get super educated on it. It sounds like real good, but I'm like kind of lost a little bit. But I guess the more we talk about it, the more I catch on.
Everybody starts somewhere. I started for the very
Yeah.
first time in 2021. I ended up buying some different tokens, and I thought that
Did you know about it before you bought it, or you just was like curious, like George, and just bought it and then learned about it later?
I started watching YouTube, and
Oh,
that was it. That was because there's nothing. YouTube is like that's how you learn. Is and this in this industry, you just go on YouTube and you try to figure out and make sure you're avoiding anyone that's a scammer or just get the legit, like the bigger names they teach
right,
you. And I ended up learning how I did go on Coinbase, which is kind of a big platform. It was very simple. I sent some money to Coinbase. I bought some tokens, and I'm looking at all these icons, all these images of the tokens. Like I have no idea which one's which. No
right.
idea. Like they all it's just like little pretty pictures. And I'm just like, okay. So I took the money that I had and I split it among 30 different tokens because I figured if two of them do really good and the rest disappear, at least I'm okay. That was my thought. I thought, it's like I spread it out to 30 different tokens. And it's kind of crazy because right at that time, that whole market kind of dipped. It was in May of 2021, and the market dipped. And then, so I'm like, so my money went down to half. And then I just kind of waited. It ended up where I think I consolidated it and I bought another token called Shiba Inu. And I sat there, and that one kind of went sideways. And then I ended up buying the one called Saitama, that original Saitama, and it just took off, and it just went like that. So, it's a little bit like the stock market. It's a little bit like betting on a horse or betting on your favorite football team,
Right, right.
Your favorite football, what's your favorite football team?
Lions.
The Lions. Yeah. So it's just like you bet on the Lions, you kind of go with it and you support them. And it's what people do with these communities. People join their community, they support it, they tell other people about it. And over time, with these cycles, when more people come in, the value goes up. You know,
Right,
as soon as you can get back, like for people that are actually investing from their paychecks, they put in, $100 or whatever. As soon as it's gone up enough and they can get their original investment back, at least
right,
they're not going to lose anything.
right.
Because we never recommend anybody to invest anything that it's like they can't afford to lose. That's gambling. That's not to be recommended. We know people do it, but they shouldn't. It's like they have to understand that this is more volatile, but it's also got the ability to be much more like the returns can be crazy in this industry.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, so I think it's really good timing. So why don't you tell everybody? I know I heard on the other call. So most people, how many views did you get on that original video that the lady at the door took a video of you and posted it? How many
Yeah.
views did she get on her original video?
Oh, that video did like 300 million. Like it went viral. Well, on YouTube alone, it did 300 million. So I went viral 2010, and I didn't find out till like 2017 because of that show Ridiculousness. It had reached out to the company, and they was trying to pay me like $150 to go on a show and talk about the video, but they end up paying the lady like 25,000 to buy copyrights to the video. So my manager at the time, I had a different manager. It was my manager that I worked with. At the time, he was like, "No, we ain't about to do that. Like you, but he was like, unless you want to. I mean, you can go there and get like your 30 minutes of fame, but for $150, you making that like at one door. You know what I mean? Like off a commission." Yeah, he was like, "We gonna see if we can negotiate. They can pay you more money." So when I found out the lady, that's when I finally looked at YouTube and I seen the video. At the time, it had like 300 million views. It had like 312 or something like that, some crazy number. And at the time, YouTube was paying people like 2,000 every million views. So off of that one video, she made like 600K off that video just off YouTube. But she got paid off Tosh Point oh, America's Funniest Home Video, Ridiculousness. She cleaned up. And then I end up like reaching out to the lady trying to tell her like it wasn't fair that she used my image in my video and made all this money, then reach out to me or nothing. You know what I mean? And she ended up getting mad and was like, "How about I just take the video down?" And she just took the whole video down. So like, yeah, that's
She
how that
knew your
happened.
name too because she zoomed in on your name badge.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
otherwise, she could say, I don't know who he was."
Yeah, no,
But
fact.
she
She
did
knew
ask
she
you. She did ask you, right? She said, "Can I see
Yeah,
this on YouTube?"
yeah. That's so I tried to sue the lady. That's why she got mad because I went and got me a lawyer and tried to sue her. And then the lawyer pointed out they had paused the video. They was like, "You see this part right here?" And then they played that part when it was like, "Well, can I put this on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." They was like, "What you selling?" I was like, "Personality." They paused the video right there. They was like, "See that part right there? You gave her verbal consent that that's her video.
Yeah.
So like, you can't really do nothing about it."
So tell me this. All right. Is it like I know this is like if I lose money on an investment or something, like you look back sometimes and it's like, you know what? It's not fun because you could have been monetizing that 7 years earlier, right? But is there any good that came of it being playing out the way that it played out for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I was born. You feel me? I feel like she birthed me, you know what I mean? So I can't really, you can't cry with spoiled milk, you know what I mean? I like it was a gift and a curse. The gift was that, you know, like I was born, that day I was
Yeah.
born. You feel
Yeah.
me? The
Yeah.
funny salesman, like I was born, December 26, 1983, Kenny Brooks, but funny salesman was born that day, you know what I'm saying? February like 8th, 2010, you know what I mean? So even though I didn't find out 7 years later, I feel like that was the best thing that ever happened. That was the best thing that she could have ever did because now I learned how to monetize myself. I turned that memory into a brand. You know what I mean? He who suffer remembers. So I was like, you know what? I can't even be mad at the lady. Now the best revenge is master success. So now I just really turned it on up. So
Yeah, because So had you ever thought up to that point of doing your funny stuff and putting it on YouTube? It just hadn't you
No,
you're
no, that was
you're
like
famous.
that's what I'm saying. Like I tell people all the time, like I never woke up and was like, "Hey, I want to go viral today," and then knocked on the lady door. No, that was God. That was God's plan. You know what I mean? I just was like, I feel like that. I was so locked into what I was doing. Because I was really like dedicated. I eat, sleep, and drink the business. That's why I said I was so locked in that I was viral 7 years and I didn't even know it because I was so dedicated to being a great salesperson. You know what I mean? And I really didn't know about social media because you got to understand 2010 was technology ain't how it is right now. You feel me? I think they had probably like an iPhone 1 or iPhone 2, and they had like BlackBerry, Blueberry, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next to a church back when I went viral. So social media wasn't, and then, it was only YouTube. It wasn't even TikTok. It wasn't Instagram. It wasn't Snapchat. It wasn't Twitter. I think Twitter probably was out. It probably was only Twitter and YouTube. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Instagram was just doing pictures, I think. It wasn't really big. You feel me? MySpace was still out. Remember MySpace? So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So that's how that was.
So all's well that ends well, right?
No.
You want to tell, because some of our community is going to be watching this, maybe hasn't seen some of your other interviews. Do you want to tell everybody about how your success is now? What are you
Yeah.
up to? What are you doing? I know
So
you talked a little bit about you got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, so right now I'm working on a TV show with my kids called Door to Door Chronicles because I got 10 kids and they like eating. I love feeding them, but like out of 10 of my kids, 8 of them like go door to door. Well, 7 of them, my 2-year-old, she haven't went yet, but like 8 of my kids go door to door, and I be having them reading Think and Grow Rich and How to Win Friends, Influence People, and it just build character. But I like when I went door to door, I learned so much stuff that I learned knocking on doors that I never learned in school. So it's like I didn't really want my kids to do it. My kids started seeing they saw how I was having fun and how I became like this overnight celebrity and public figure, and they was like, man. You be with all the celebrity, you be with this, and it started from my kids was recording for me. They was like my editor, you feel me? Because my kids, that's what got me on TikTok because TikTok was musically, it was like a kid app. You feel me? Where they go on there
Yeah.
dancing and stuff, and my kids
Yeah.
like, Dave, you got to get on TikTok. And I grew my fastest following came from TikTok. I grew 2.6 million followers in like 8 months just because my kids was like, you need to go ahead and repurpose all your old videos. Like the video that we was just talking about, the first ever video, I posted that on TikTok, and that was in like 2021, like around like March. I woke up the next day with like 300,000 followers. That video had like 5 million views overnight. So I just became like, you know what I mean? And that's how like I went viral again, like 2021, because like my story is that people know that like, I mean, for those that don't know, I was a door-to-door salesman. Like at the age of 12 years old, I was selling like Detroit News and Free Press from like 12 to 14. And then I quit because my grandmother had passed away. I stopped at 14 because I had got a growth spurt. I got like 6'1", so I started taking basketball serious until like I was 18. My grandmother passed away my senior year in high school, and I remember my mom came and got me and told me my grandmother died, and she was like a big inspiration to me. You feel me? Because she was part of the reason why I'm the salesperson and the person I am today. Because she the only one. Well, I ain't gonna say she the only one, but she the only one that seen this gift that nobody in my family, nobody in the world seen. She told me, like, I'm telling you, you special. Like, you don't even know how special you is. And we need that nowadays. You don't get too many people that give you credit and try to bring the best out of you and try to, spark that, that that God-given gift that we all have, because we all have that. You feel me? It's just that sometimes we doubt ourselves because we don't have enough people telling us that we can be the best we can be. You know what I'm saying? We got too many. It's too many chiefs, not enough Indians, I say. But my thing is that my grandmother, she was the one that installed that in me. So when she passed away, like a part of her left. When she left, a part of me left. You know what I'm saying? So I end up dropping out my senior year, and I really was like depressed. You know what I'm saying? And then my older brother got me back into door to door sales. So that's when I started doing the traveling sales, selling the cleaning product. I did that like 2004, and then I went viral like 2010. So I did that like 6 years straight. But I was doing it like every summer. I didn't do it like 6 years. I was doing it like summer, and I do it like 3 months out of the year. I go make like 30 to 50K for that summer. Them 3 months, I make like 20K a month, 15K a month, and then I go back because I had kids too. You know what I mean? I had like a lot of kids, so I do that. And then it was to the point that I went viral like 2010. You feel me? And then I didn't find out 2017. Once I found out when the lady made all that money, I quit my sales job 2018. 2019, I got on social media. 2020, I took it serious because this when COVID was hitting and everybody was at home. Remember, you had to social distance yourself. So
Yep.
everybody was like
Yeah.
on social media or everybody was in the house. So that's when I started really taking social media serious. But 2021, that's when I got on TikTok and I went viral again, like overnight. That's when I like most of my followers from Instagram right now came from TikTok because I grew 2.6 million followers from March 2021 to like January 2022, I grew like 2.6 million followers in like 7, 8 months. So that's when my following went crazy. So after that, every video I was posting was averaging like 300 to a million views every post. You know what I mean? And that's when I started like going to TikTok meetings. People from the TikTok started reaching out to me, and then I started learning the algorithm, like my demographic and what time to post and where's my fan base at and how many videos I post a day. And then that's when I was posting like 6 or 7 videos a day and like it started going crazy. So now I'm to the point I post like 15 videos a day. I post like 3 to 5 on TikTok. I post like 2 to 3 on YouTube. I post like 1 or 2 on Instagram and Facebook, and then I post like 1 or 2 on Snapchat. So I'm posting like 15 videos a day because I learned the algorithm and I learned what hit and what not hit. But what I've been working on lately is just, getting this TV show up and running with my kids, and then I do like a lot of speaking gigs, a lot of training. I do a lot of stuff because Timberland, the music mogul, that's my manager. So you probably see me with a lot of videos with like celebrities because Timberland, my manager. So like I got like 3 big videos I'm working on right now. I got one with Serena Williams. I got one with the skater Tony Hawk, the pro skater, and then
Yep.
I got one with Lil Uzi Vert. But I don't even know if them gonna be in that order because I'm supposed to be doing a video with Trippy Red. I got one with the baby. I got one with Kevin Gates. So all of these people have been reaching out to me. It's just that I haven't ran into them. But Saturday, Michael Parson, he's like he played for the Dallas Cowboys. Me and him doing a skit Saturday because I'm gonna be at the Dallas Cowboy game Sunday. So I fly out tomorrow. But he just reached out to me like 2 days ago. It's like, bro, let's do a skit. It's funny how the universe works. Like he reached out to me like, let's do a skit. And then this company paid me, this solar company just paid me to come out and do a speaking gig for them. And then they taking a top salespeople to the Dallas Cowboy game, and I'm gonna be like they guest celebrity there. So I hit him up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you like courtside. I'm gonna get you like on the sideline. So after the game, we can do a skit." So I was like, "That's legendary." So yeah, so it's just a blessing how how the universe working, how God working mysterious ways. But all of this come from just not giving up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just hanging in there like shingles and drywall, believing in yourself, just giving your best, just making the world smile, and that's what all of this come from. And that all came from me believing in myself because of my grandma, help and her inspiration. But that was my why really was just to make my grandmother proud and know that she looking down like, what, I told you so. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. So, how did you get the rights to that original video? Did you have to buy it from the lady, or was it
no,
some?
I never got the rights. So what happened was that she ended up taking the video down, but the original video, she took it down. So if you go like on YouTube right now, it's a video on there that got like 4 million views. And then but this how you know when something go viral. Right now, if you go on YouTube right now, whatever that's trending or viral right now, you will see people screen record that same video. So it was like hundreds of people screen recording that same video. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, people smart. They know that, oh, I can make money off this video. It don't matter if this is her original video or not. Because even though she had copyrights to the video, but people, they screen recorded their own video. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
right now, that's what I did. Somebody sent me that video because like I was telling you, on YouTube, it had like 300 million views. But I seen it on Facebook. I seen it on Instagram. I seen it on TikTok. And everybody else, they were sharing it too. But like that's what I did. I screen recorded the video that had like 4.5 million views on YouTube. And
Yeah.
then I used that and I uploaded it to my TikTok, and that's how it started going viral again. You feel me? Because
Sure.
she took her original video down. She got mad and just took it down. So, and that's what everybody do with content nowadays. If you don't copyright your content, people can steal your content and they can make it theirs. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what everybody doing. They screen record videos.
So when will I be able to see this reality TV show with your kids selling door
Well,
to
we shot a pilot probably like a couple of months ago, and one thing about TV shows, it's like you feel me, it take time. You know what I mean? Because
door?
we shot a pilot. Now we in the process of editing it. Like they sent me back the rough draft, and it was certain parts that I didn't like because they mixed my kids' names up and mixed them up. So now that I had to shoot that back to them, because you know when you got a lot of kids, it's not they kids. They mix the names up with the people. They had my sister-in-law as my oldest daughter, and
Oh, yeah.
then you know what I mean. So I was like, that wasn't correct. So they had to fit the, and they sent me back the rough draft probably like 2 months ago, probably back in like July. You know what I mean? July
Yeah.
or August, and they just not editing it right now. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it take time. So we in the process of doing that right now. They gonna send that back to me within the next week or two because I just got off the phone with them probably like last week. So they supposed to be sending that back to me within this week or next week. They said it was gonna be before Thanksgiving because our goal is to try to shop it around before 2025. Like we trying to get Netflix or
Going to be like a streaming
Hulu.
service.
Yeah, like one of the servers to pick it up. But I already know for sure it's gonna get picked up because the people that shot it, they work for Netflix. You know, they reached out to me. They was like, "Man, I love what you're doing," because I had told this story on one of my podcasts I did about when I saved a lady life when I knocked on a lady door and her son was about to kill herself and she almost committed suicide and I won her over with my personality and they ended up reaching to me about that. They was like, "Man, you got a hell of a story. Would you mind if we?" And then they seen the content because, like I said, I do a lot of content with my kids now too. And then I'll be posting my kids' birthdays or just posting little stuff about my kids, you know, playing basketball. And they was like, "Man, we love that. Not only that you just make funny videos, but you a family orientated dude. So would you mind if we come out and film your kids?" Because they seen they was going door to door. So that's how that happened. You know what I mean? So it was just a blessing. So that's what I've been working on. So yeah, our goal is to get it out before this end of this year. But if not, I know for sure to be like the first quarter of 2025. So that's what we're working on right now.
Right. Oh, I definitely would like to see it. So, yeah, I think so. You want to tell everybody what you do for companies? Because I know, like, when I talked with you last time, you had been in like 6 different cities and 6 different days. You're traveling around.
Yeah.
What is it you do? I know some of it's like just interviews like this for sales
Yeah.
teams.
So
And
I do a lot of sales consulting and training. Like a lot of companies, they'll hire me to like motivate and inspire the sales teams. And then even Deion Sanders, you know, Deion Sanders, the Colorado coach, like he just hit me up, like he want me to come out and talk to, you know, his team because like it's just I just bring inspiration and motivation because they like, bro, this dude was a homeless door-to-door salesman and he became famous and a breath of fresh air to the world, to the, you know, to the community just because he believed in himself and he didn't give up. You know what I mean? Even this, it's a company right now um in Singapore called One Champion. It's a UFC company, and they made a trophy that's dedicated to my door-to-door sales video called Be Like Kenny Award. And I'm supposed to be giving this award out to UFC fighters for like the best fighters that didn't lose a fight just off of their hard work and their determination. So it's just different accolades that I got. I just got a award from Biden. I got a presidential award for my community just for like my content I put on social media because like when I be going to speak to colleges and mental health facilities and different sales company, I be really like I just tell my story, but it really get to people. I be having people crying and they be like, "Man, yo, it ain't nothing I'm bragging on. It's just this my life. You know, this the price I paid for the life I chose." But it all come from just hard work and dedication and just believing in myself. So that's what I bring to different companies. I might have this company reach out like the company that I'm going to tomorrow that's flying me out in Dallas. You know, he just hired like 20, 30 salespeople, like new recruits. And he said like 15 of them, they never did sales. But the first thing they brought up was, yeah, this guy Kenny Brooks that's on YouTube. I saw his video and he made me want to sell. He made selling cool. You know what I mean? So they was like, what would it take for us to bring you out to pump some of these new guys up and to get spark them to, you know, to keep the momentum going. So that's what, and I got some companies that be about to, you know, fail, like they sales be low or they about to run out of business. And I just come in there and I just go talk to them. You know what I mean? Sort of like my friend Keith Lee, you know, he go to restaurants and he talked to companies that's about to go out of business, and he'd go and taste their food. He got 17, 18 million followers on TikTok, and they business and start back booming. You know what I mean? Just because this one person went and did a food review. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's different companies that hire me for different things. Some of them will hire me to teach people how to sell. Some of them will hire me just for sales consulting. Some of them will hire me just so I can tell my story to inspire the next person that probably didn't want to wake up today. Because one thing I learned from Zig Ziglar, he said, as soon as a person get a job, they quit looking for work. So you got, this generation nowadays, the technology that made kids lazy. Because I was born in the 80s where I had to, I had a job since I was 12 years old. I had to rake leaves. I had to go to the gas station, pump people gas to make a couple dollars. I had to go shovel snow. I had to go door to door. You know what I mean? I had to go, whatever I can do to make some money, I did it. Nowadays, you got people that, like, if you work a 9 to 5, they look like a lame. You know what I mean? So it's like the new generation, they think that everybody can be overnight celebrities off social media, or they don't really got to work. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I could hear in your story. I mean, that is, there's people who do what I do that go door to door. They do door knocking to a certain extent. I mean, and, around open houses, people will knock on doors or they go into a community that they farm and they knock on doors. And it's hard work because, you just don't know what's behind that door.
no, that's a fact.
You don't know if
That's
they're going to
super
be,
fact.
you don't know if someone's going to come out with a gun and be mad, or they say no soliciting, or they're just
Yeah.
upset, and it's like it takes, and so what's your strategy when you knock on the door? Uh,
That's a great question. So first and foremost, I pray before I even knock on the door. I ask God for peace of mind and just, lead me in the right direction. But as soon as a person comes to the door, I size them up. If it's an older lady, I start talking to her like she my grandmother. I talk real slow. Hey, how's it going? Then I flatter her. Hey, how's it going, young lady? Can you go get your mom or dad? They say we can't talk to teenagers. They start laughing. You know what I mean? And then I
yeah,
go from there because laughter is the best medicine for the heart. If I get a guy that's tight or that's cocky and arrogant and what do you need? You know what I mean? Oh, don't shoot that big guy. I'm just a KKK, the cool color kid. Blame it on the neighbors. They said if I walk the country mile, nah, I'm gonna break them down like a transmission. Throw a little reference out there because I know reference burglars don't use references. You ain't gonna never catch a burglar. Hey, yeah, Tom. Yeah, I just stole his TV. Janet. Yeah, I just stole her dog. A burglar ain't gonna use reference, so I use a referral to make it seem like I'm at your door on an accident because your neighbor sent me over here. You know what I mean? So I
yeah,
break them down like that, flatter them a little bit, get them to break down, and then they'll hear me out before they throw me out. Now, Jesus didn't sell everybody, so of course this strategy ain't gonna work for everybody. But I had a lot of success than failures with this technique. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But then if it's a lady at the door, like a 90-pound housewife soaking wet, then I just blame it on the neighbors. Yeah, they said if I walk the country mile to make you smile, you was adopting chocolate kids, feeding them fried chicken. Matter of fact, who does this the most? The kids, the pests, or the nosy salespeople? Then I go straight into it. You know what I mean? But it's like the eyes is a window to the soul. I can already know what I'm dealing with soon as they open their mouth. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I
yeah,
just size them up, and I had a lot of success doing that. You know what I mean? But I also had, you know, times where I'd have knocked on a person's door, they pulled a gun out on me. I'd have knocked on somebody's door and they was racist. And I knocked on somebody's door and they let their dog out on me. But I'm stronger than the Holy Ghost mentally because I done read all of these books, and this is the price I pay for the life I chose. So I know right next door to failure is success. So I know I got to go through this because this is the sales guy testing me to see, hey, look, right, you gotta get past that brick wall because on the other side of that is success. So I know I got to go through that because tough times don't last. Tough people do, and I done had success out of that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So that's amazing. So yeah, so you really exhibited grit,
yeah.
just that tenacity and that grit. But I liked what you said because I've always seen myself in what I do more as a consultant. I feel like I'm a professional, but we're also in sales. But I like how your goal is to get rapport. You're just going to get rapport with the person first, and then when you've got them laughing and you've got some rapport, one way or another, you either are or you aren't, but you get that rapport, and then
Mhm.
you start. The product is secondary.
Right.
Okay, so how much do you make on a $40 bottle of cleaning product? But like,
Uh,
what's your commission
it,
on
it
that?
was it was a sliding commission scale. So we go. I tell people we go from Ware to Rockefeller. If you don't sell a lot, like at the end of the week, you can go from 25 to 50%. So if you don't have like over 50 sales for the week, that's like a 8 sale a day average because we work 6 days a week. We was working Monday through Saturday. You know what I mean? We was off
Yeah.
Sunday. So if you don't get over 50 sales, you on 25%. If you get 51 to like 65, then you on 30%. So you can make from $7 a bottle to um
Uh,
$20 a bottle.
yeah.
Yeah. But me, I like, I was locked in. You feel me? That was my goal. I think the only time I didn't make 50% is when I was a new man, when I was a new person. Yeah. Like my first 90 days in the business, I was making like 25 to 40%. After my 90 days, after my first 3 months, I started beating experienced people. I became rookie of the month, rookie of the year. I was beating everybody. I came in like LeBron James, like straight out of high school.
So you do you like practice at night for like
Yeah, I
your
used to buy
jokes
like
and
10
everything?
notebooks. I had like 10 notebooks full of jokes, just different one-liners, different comebacks, everything. So, like they used to give us a kiss manual. It's called Keep It Short and Simple. And they used to have every objection in there. I'm not interested. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no time. Somebody was just here. I bought the product. It didn't work. I heard about your company. It's a scam. And we used to write down different funny one-liners for every comeback. You know what I mean? When somebody used to say, I'm not interested. Yeah, my mom told my dad that, but 9 months later I was born. Well, I ain't got no time. You ever seen a watch get baptized? Well, we've been saving everybody time. Oh, somebody was just here. Yeah, that was a mailman. You seen the rest, just the best. We had different zingers and one-liners for every comeback. And that's what I used to do. I just used to practice my sales talk, write them down in notebooks, and I just go rehearse it in the mirror so I can watch my facial expression and my body language because Chinese proverb said if you can't smile, you should open a store. So I used to just watch how I say my sales talk in the mirror, to perfect my craft.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That is awesome. I definitely understand why you're being hired by so many companies and everything like that, and I can see the value of it. Um, so as far as this token, the cool thing about it is that when you've got the token in your wallet that we're going to create, then you can literally go out there and just say Saitama Wolfpack token, how describe the stuff that we've got going on. And people, as people buy in, the value of the token goes up, and
Right,
that's a really
right,
cool part about it is that there's not really a limit to how
right,
big it could be. We just don't know. We don't know what the future is going to hold for specific ones. We just know that there's just going to be a lot of shifting from
right,
just the real world economy is going to go over to the blockchain, and we're going to see
right,
that. So that's a really exciting transition, and not just for our token, but for a lot of different projects are just going to see this. I think in the next 6 months, we're going to see a lot of talk or hear a lot of talk about cryptos in general. And
right,
I definitely would love to just, keep in touch with you about, making sure that this cycle doesn't go by without you and all your
right,
kids and everybody just, capitalizing on it. And I think you've got the power to make big things happen because you've got
right,
so many followers and just, and again, you just like say, you just need to like that you feel good about like talking about something. Everybody, we always say when we talk about tokens like this or anything, it doesn't matter if it's these NFTs or whatever, we always say, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice. Please do your own research. Never invest anything more than you can afford to lose. Because it's true. Like this is not like financial advice, but we have the right to talk about something that we're excited about. So if I tell you, hey, I personally bought, XYZ token, that's
right,
just, that's the I'm interested in it. And I actually saw my wallet double or triple or go 10x. And but then if you choose to do it, that's your choice. You can't blame somebody, a friend of yours, for talking about a token. And and that's the same thing. And it's the same thing with these big influencers. Some of them are big influencers and they own like 90% of the supply, and then they get people in and then they dump the whole bag. Well, yeah, that's wrong. That's illegal. But at the same time, as an influencer can talk about something they're interested in and they can own and they can take some, it's just all within reason. I always talk about the golden rule, you never do anything to somebody that you wouldn't want somebody to do to you,
good
right?
to you. That's a fact. Yeah.
Markets, markets are go up and down, and it's there's things like this is it's a huge opportunity. I love the fact that you like the charitable aspect of what we're doing too.
Right, right,
That's because it is a big deal. We're going to have videos of the 4,000 different people getting those $250 contributions. And
right.
the ones in some of these other countries, $250 in that country is like $2,500 to them, or
Yeah,
three, $4,000
yeah.
in
Nah, that's
value
a
for
fact.
them.
Yeah, they become like a billionaire over there in them different countries with that money.
It can feed like 50 kids, where
No,
here
that's a
it feeds
fact.
like 5 kids.
Yeah, right.
Big
No, that's
difference. It's exciting
yeah,
because I feel
right,
like, honestly, I would rather make less money myself, knowing
mm,
that we helped thousands of people,
right,
than just make more and just be selfish about it. And I think that's
right,
the kind of people that are involved in our project are excited
right.
about that, as well as the cartoons. We've got I'll send you the link to those two cartoons that are already done so you
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
them.
Send me
You think
that.
it's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. No, that's lit.
That's funny. So
Yes.
all right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today, getting
Yeah,
with me on this. I will definitely stay in touch with you about like the next steps and everything, and how we can make it so that you definitely capitalize on crypto in general. Obviously we love having you part of our project, but
right,
anything to do with this how to do something, it's really important to be careful and ask the right person, because there's people, if you go online and you click on a link, it could be somebody that's basically a scammer saying click this link and do
right,
this. It's like you got to ask, you got to make sure that you're just really careful with this
right.
world, how you
No,
do.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah,
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. So I'll get back with you on all the next steps and everything. And
right.
we're happy now officially that you're going to have the tokens in your wallet that
Yeah.
makes you officially a Wolfpack member.
No, that's legit. Yeah. Is I'm still about to try to sell you? Don't you want me to
Yeah.
try to sell
Yeah,
you?
I do. I do. So
Yeah,
let's see. Can you sell me some Wolfpack token?
yeah. What's the name of it? It's Saitama, right?
Saitama Wolfpack. 3 words.
Saitama.
Saitama Wolfpack.
Saitama.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right. All right. I'm gonna knock on the door.
All right. Hello. Can I
Hey,
help you?
how's it going? You must be the one, right?
Yeah, I'm the one.
Yeah, the one that answered the door,
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Laxatil, the one to run everything. Well, real quick, I've been in the area shaking and baking like pork chop because a lot of people, we upgraded like Beyonce. You heard of NFTs, crypto. A lot of people they big. You heard of Lil Coin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for you to get the Bitcoin. You
Okay.
see, I'm out here. You never heard of the Atomic Wolf Pack?
No, I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's been around since 2021. We upgraded like Beyonce. So Jay-Z got the 40/40 club, right?
Yeah.
What if I told you can be a part of the 4,000 club? See what this coin gonna do? It's gonna be able to create opportunities for 4,000 people. We're gonna be giving them $250. It probably can be your family. It probably could be a family in Indonesia because you would agree. It's all about you give, you receive it back in abundance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That
Yeah,
sounds good.
and see this token, it actually been helping people out. Like we actually, if you do the history, we had a lot of success back in 2021. But the good part about it, we upgraded like Beyonce. So I think this would be good for you to add in your wallet. Like Capital One, because even Chase gonna put on some shoes so they can run it up with us. What you think?
Okay. All right. I might try it out.
Yeah. So how you think one gonna be enough, or do I need to hook you up with the HBO special?
I think the HBO special.
Yeah.
Let's
All right. We're gonna help a
explore.
brother out today then.
Okay. All right. That
Yeah,
sounds good.
that was kind of dry, but it was. I mean, so
That's good. I appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's funny. That's funny. I will I'll snip up our interviews to different pieces maybe and stuff like that, so that the community can share in on it, and I will definitely I'll get back with you about all the next steps of everything we're doing,
All
and
right.
um and then I got to get you set up on the wallet so that I can send you the
Yeah, no,
tokens.
that'd be legendary. So when you do the wallet with the kids, it'll all like I'm gonna need 10 different wallets, or it's gonna be one where like how would that work?
You can actually, if you want to control it yourself, you can actually create one wallet it's called a Phantom wallet, and then you can create sub wallets. That way,
Oh, I see.
the secret
Yeah,
words that you have to keep,
yeah.
you only have to have one of them, and that you put it in the safe, make like two copies, put it in a very safe place, because if you lose it, you can't access the money.
Oh, I see.
So, and that's probably easiest. That way you don't have to have all of these words for all 10 kids. And
Yeah.
so you have plus yourself. So you basically could just have one wallet and then you just create 10 sub wallets. And then we can distribute tokens into each of them. And then each kid can know that that's mine, but you control it until you
Okay, I got you.
say, listen, you
Yeah, no, we gonna get on another call so you can walk me through it and we can set it up. That's perfect.
100%, I'm available. We'll do that.
Man, I appreciate your time.
All right. It was great. It's a great start. And I think that, and I'm probably going to see you. I don't know if Ben got back with you. You're going to be on another call with Ben. Did he ever say anything
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this?
No, he said he gonna I gotta send him my. It's so funny you said I gotta send him my schedule. He told me to send him my schedule from now until Thanksgiving. So after I come back from Dallas, I was gonna send him my schedule because he said we probably gonna hop on another call probably next week. So
Yeah, it'll probably be the big call where we have like 1,000 people
yeah,
on.
that's what he said. He said there was a lot of people gonna be on that call.
That'll
Yeah,
be well.
yeah.
I'll be talking with you probably there. I'll talk to you about crypto and setting it all up, and we'll keep in touch.
All right, I
Have
appreciate
yourself
you, my
number
brother.
two. All
All right,
right.
thank
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank
All right.
you. Talk to
All
you
right.
later.